Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Your Health in 2020. And this is especially for you coming from Virgo. First, let me show you my email address. Here it is. And send me an email if you would like to have a 90-minute session. And this 90-minute session, based on your date of birth, time of birth, looking at your palms, will cost you USD $50. And I'll give you a lot of information how to connect to that supernatural energy inside you, how to connect to it. And I will show you how to do that so that you can be super clever and super lucky. People who have that fantastic luck about them, so famous, so rich, so adored by others, so inventive. They can't do that on their own. We human beings don't have that energy. Is that soul in us? Is that guide in us? Is that supernatural energy in us? So I'll show you how to contact that to be better than the rest in every area of your life. And I will show you many other things as well, how to reach into that area to get yourself very lucky, whether in money, whether in job, whether in business, whether in romance, whether in marriage, whether family, whether in health. So this 90-minute session will cover a lot for you. Now let's talk to you about your health in 2020, you coming from Virgo. Well, you coming from Virgo, the planets who rule the calendar year 2020 are very favorable to you. But what will happen is that the other planets you have who are going to be put under stress, there will be a rivalry between these two groups of planets. And so this rivalry health-wise will bring up sometimes the most unexpected health issue from that you never expected. And that too sometimes very unexpectedly. So I'm going to mention these areas. Now, firstly, your level of diabetes is going to rise in 2020. If you're already diabetic, then watch out. The situations or complications may become worse. If you don't know whether you're diabetic, then I would like you to go and do a sugar fasting test. Get up in the morning, no coffee, no tea, no breakfast. Go to the clinic, they'll take blood from your arms. And to find out that, I think you should do that in 2020. And backaches are going to be very bad. So your backaches for you are where your neck is. And in the neck area, the vertebrae will compress, pinch nerves that are already in your neck, trying to feed energy to your neck and your shoulders and your arms and your fingers and your hands. And you can't do that because it's being pinched. So these areas are going to be a source of problem. And also because some of your other planets, which are good, are going to be attacked by the negative planets who are not in 2020, but they are maybe in your age. So I don't know what age you are, so I'll cover it anyway. So I'm worried that whether if you're a woman, be careful that gynecological problems are going to arise. If you're a man, go and blood test your prostate gland. The gynecological for ladies, I would ask them to search for trouble in your ovaries, your womb, and your breasts. And also, I would ask you to worry about your stomach because your stomach area may go very gastric and it may produce too much acid going in there. So I want you to blood test your pancreas, which manufactures digestive juices for stomach and intestine. If it can't do that, then too much acid will flow and gastric will start. So blood test your pancreas. And I also worry about your pancreas, about your stomach area. Two other areas, your bowels are going to be very irritable, and therefore your area of colon must also be checked. So in the stomach area, stomach very gastric, bowels very irritable, and the colon problems. Colon is your large intestine, colon. So all that can happen in 2020. And lastly, your blood pressure is going to be either shooting up or it may be coming to low. I suspect it'll be shooting up. And therefore, high blood pressure is going to be a problem because this 40% of planets who are good for you on the calendar side, they will make you go all out to get your opportunities and to make you expand your energies as well. Now, the other thing I worry about for your health areas is all your other glands. So I mentioned the ovaries for women, I've mentioned the prostate gland for men, I mentioned the pancreas, which is a gland. There's one more gland which I want you to blood test in 2020, which is your thyroid gland, a very mystical gland, a gland that actually looks after many areas of your life, especially the hormonal side of life. Go and blood test that because that gland may also give you some issues and problems. Now, you coming from Virgo, all your good planets are going to be attacked because it's a rivalry between two groups of planets. Since the calendar year is good, the calendar year planets will definitely be good. And so the age planets may not be good. And that's something, as I said, I don't know what age you are. All I know is you're coming from Virgo. If I have your full date of birth, I have your time of birth, and if I look at your palms, then the accuracy in every area, including the health, will be very good. But I'm going to mention a few things. I would be a bit careful about your bowels, which may become very irritable. So be careful where you eat in 2020. Sometimes food poisoning or eating at a place which is not very clean. So be careful of that. And I'd be a little careful about your lungs as well. So your coughs and colds need to be treated. Influenza easily can lead to pneumonia. Coughs and colds can lead to bronchitis. That can happen to you as well, because there's a play between good and bad planets going on. When the calendar year is good in a horoscope, and when the age is good in a horoscope, then you will see you're fully under control and everything subsides. But not now, not in 2020 for you. And lastly, I want to worry a little bit about your heart. Yes, from Virgo, you are born with a good heart. But in 2020, some rival planets may send too much cholesterol there, make your heart fatty. Send too much cholesterol to your arteries, make that all sticky and all getting clogged up, your arteries. And then your heart will have to work harder to suck in that blood, and that will wear and tear on your heart a lot. So these are the things which I worry about. And I would also worry about your spine in the lower spine area. The sciatic nerves, sciatic, sciatic nerves are going to be pinched, because when the spine compresses in one area like your neck, it will start to compress everywhere, and you may go down to your lower spine, where your sciatic nerve is going to be pinched, and you'll find your hips and your legs up to your feet getting problems. So it's all round everywhere that can happen. That's why I'm mentioning many things. You yourself will already know what troubles are. And whatever you know of your troubles, look into that area first. Because if I mention that as well, then there's two things that are happening. Super fast, it can go wrong. And these are the areas I worry about that I've mentioned all over the place. And of course, the level of stress is going to be quite high, because you'll have a lot of opportunities coming from calendar year. And therefore, you'll be very busy in job, in business, in everywhere. The level of stress will be high. So take things like vitamin B. They're very good for stress areas. They help your nerves a lot. Take vitamin B and you'll do well in 2020. Well, in 2020, the calendar years are giving you a lot of energy, and they'll feed you with opportunity. Now it all depends what age you are in 2020. If you have the good ages, they will jive very beautifully with the calendar year planets, and you'll reach for the heavens, you'll reach for the stars. Every area of your life will be successful. But if you happen to be the ages which are not good, then there will be a clash between those ages and the calendar year. And that's how the health problems, that's how financial and business problems, that's how trouble in romance, marriage, and family can happen. Now, when you have a calendar year which is good for you, the element of unexpectedness is good. So you may want to try your luck in the casino and in lotteries. And that's exactly how I help you. I will formulate your personal lucky lottery numbers based on your date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms. And from there, it is very personal. It's based on all that personal energy. And then I will be able to make you very lucky once and for all. I'll formulate that for you. I'll give you the energies of your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions. With all this supernatural energy, I will show you how to get it. And then you can be definitely doing very well in 2020. And you'll make use of every issue of the planets that will give you all that support for every area of your life. We can do this reading on WhatsApp, on Skype. We can do it on Facebook Messenger, whether it's video, whether it's voice, whether it's audio, it's all up to you. And it'll be a 90-minute session that will cost you USD $50. Well, until we meet one day, I thank you and goodbye.